I don't know. I didn't see the votes. Like, who's the favored person here in this race?
So they've got Ivhen at 80, 87, 88, and then KC at 13%. Then it looks like they're starting.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go,
Enjoy.
boys.
Good luck, runners.
Good luck, KC and Ivhen.
So we need to take bets on whether sewer skip will happen by the runners or if any gas coin bets will happen. I've seen it all already in some of these races, and we haven't even done it already.
All right, yeah, we got game audio now. I think Ivan's running on the PS4 Pro, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, he has a Pro and an SSD, whereas Casey has a regular PlayStation with an SSD.
Yeah.
So it's going to mess with the RTA a good bit, but their actual IGT will only be a few seconds off, give or take. Let's see how the wolf treats them.
And from my understanding, KC would have better chances with Gascoigne because its attacks take longer to load, so he has more reaction time.
Yes, that is exactly right. But off to a good start so far.
Yeah, no wolf memes. That wolf is actually famous amongst the community because he literally one-shots you with a lot of attacks if you get a counter hit. And so
in a regular all bosses race, it makes sense to be a little bit peachy, but I feel like BL4 you might want to be even more peachy than regular all bosses. What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm curious to see what the runners like lamps wise and whatever they'll take. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just the fact that they didn't even pick up the 2 extra blood vials on the side there, it kind of surprises me, or the extra Molotovs, which
yeah.
But
it's like on the one hand, you have, and this is the cool thing about BO4 is, yeah, you're not going to get level ups, but also the bulk of your echoes spent in this type of run are on level ups. So you save like,
yeah, you save
probably
a lot of
200,000 echoes. You can just pretty much waste on vials, mollies, whatever you need. So like, I guess it makes sense not to pick up those 6 peach mollies over on the left.
That is a good point. So they just showed off actually a glitch a little bit ago that you can get 2 weapons in this game if you spam X fast enough when you approach the little, what are those, like the little alien things? And then, and that threaded cane is actually the only reason why we pick it up is because there's a setup for a skip that we do a little later where we need that reach of the threaded cane. So that'll become useful, and we'll go ahead and go through that once it comes, but...
Yeah, and then also if they happen to miss it, which I mean it's not the hardest thing in the world to do, but if you happen to miss it, you can come back later after you kill Cleric Beast and purchase from the Echo Bath the Kirk Hammer, which effectively does the same thing for reaching the Brain Sucker for lower damage key skip. Let's see how Ivhen does with Sewer Skip and Box.
Ooh, Box S.
KC though. Oh,
KC got it. Step number 1. So you gotta hit the railing. Oh, it looks like you might have got it.
Yeah, it looked like a good one.
So the thing about sewer skip is you want to jump up to that little like alcove, little like path, and then jump over to the fence. Only the pillars on the fence actually have a hitbox for you to land on, and you gotta hit it on a very particular spot because otherwise you'll spawn back at the platform from where you jumped from. And it saves about 40 seconds to do the skip, so it's really useful. Yep, he got the first half. Well, now he's got to do the walking straight, which is honestly a lot harder. I personally find it a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah, there's like, it's one of the only, that I can think of, the only sort of 3 parts you have to get up the box, you have to jump across, and you have to run straight. Like it's pretty tricky to do.
I don't think Casey will be taking the Saw Spear for this run. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, could you imagine? I would have to give him shit for that forever.
Casey, if you like transform your Saw Spear right as you're entering a loading zone, like where the cutscene, what'll happen is that you can actually keep sprinting without having to slow down. So you might see these runners transform their weapon right as they're entering a boss arena. It's just so that they can keep sprinting once they get past the cutscene.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Casey's got a pretty good gas point.
Yeah, that's a really nice gas point fight. Yeah, honestly, though, it would be better if Gascoigne was the Spanish at this point. I will say that.
Alright, so right there where Casey backstabbed into a second backstab, if he had an extra molly cube there, he could have gotten double damage, but he only got 4 mollies. It's amazing how fast you can kill Cassie on touch trap. Alright, well they're finishing up about the same time, although Casey is actually still a good bit ahead since he got sewer skip, so it's a weird thing racing Bloodborne for that reason. Like RTA matters, yeah, but it's just mainly based on IGT, so like it's hard to tell who's really ahead throughout this run sometimes. But we'll try and keep track of it based on what skips and quit outs they've had.
Yeah, but for now, Casey's definitely like at least 40 seconds ahead or so, because they both ended up at about the same time.
And I assume both of these runners, well, I don't know in BL4. I feel like maybe they will get the hunter set early. I'm not sure what they do. I know I would pick it up.
Yeah.
See how tryhard they're going. And then I'm assuming, I know Ivhen wouldn't get the old hunter. I'm not sure if Casey will or not in a second. Yeah, they're both getting the hunter set. That seems smart. All right, the next skips that come up, we have the original Old Yarnum skip, which Casey might be doing. I'm assuming Ivan's going to do the new Old Yarnum skip, though. I'm not sure how much time loss it is to grab that lamp, but it's definitely a lot safer, I feel like, because that skip's really easy to mess up. And running all the way back from the feature board all the way to Old Yarnum, like, that's got to be a couple minutes, if I had to guess. I didn't gonna have even.
Yeah, so there's like two versions of Yarnum skip, Old Yarnum skip, of Old Yarnum, and the first skip is almost 100% consistent, but it's 12 seconds slower than the new way of doing it, found by good old Mr. Giant Cookie Jar, Giant Bully Jar. The problem with that one is that it's very precise. Well, not very precise, but it's a little bit more precise. And in a tournament setting, I mean, it's probably a lot easier to mess up.
Yeah, even the top tier runners mess that skip up sometimes. It's not often, but I mean it can happen. So it's like, is it worth the risk to save that little chunk of time, or just like continue the run going, like take the risk of losing a minute and a half or 2 minutes running all the way back, or just losing those 6 to 12 seconds. So
yeah.
That's probably one of the hardest things about these runs. It's like one thing to be grinding for a PB, but like in a tournament setting, obviously you want the consistency. So it's just like Romanticor went the most YOLO run I've ever seen for a tournament, and it kind of paid off because you got a really good time. And you just never know with this game.
Yeah, it's really easy for this game to just tell you no, and then everything falls apart. So Casey grabbed the lamp, so I'm assuming he's gonna go for the new. No.
Yeah, this is exactly what I expected right here. They're both going for opposite skips, and Ivhen did not get the lamp, so for the best here. Does the jump skip, and
he gets it.
Perfect.
Nice.
See how Casey handles this one?
Textbook new Old Yarnum skip.
Yep. No stored roll. Nice.
Nice.
Casey's looking good so far.
Very good.
Nice job.
Yeah, you can technically fail that roll. There's this thing called baby rolls, where if you roll too close to the edge, your character doesn't get the full roll for whatever reason. So, very uncommon once you like practiced it enough, but it's still something that could be a concern. And then having to run all the way back, it's a pretty big nightmare. And I think I've been picking up the only two Hunter's Marks, the Bolt Hunter's Marks that he's going to pick up the entire game.
Should be all you need for this run.
Yeah. Since Echoes aren't going to be like a major thing, saving them isn't really a big concern.
And Ivhen chose not to heal again. I guess, I mean, I would probably do the same thing, and Casey chose to almost top himself off, just in case you get kind of smacked on the side by BSB, because sometimes the hitboxes are a little odd. And this is where, like, I mean, you can notice the difference in BL4 fights versus regular all bosses for sure, but it really, like this fight, for example, it's just like 2 or 3 extra hits, and that's it. It's like the only thing, which could get the BSB time to be more of an asshole.
Fit more of a jerk. But Ivhen seems to be doing really well. I don't think he, like... But I think honestly one of the hardest parts with this boss is that it's so fast that and sometimes you get like stuff covering your way, so it's really hard to see when you get hit or not.
So Ivhen's now closing the gap because of the fact that Casey took the lamp and he didn't, and also Ivhen did the faster shortcut. or the faster skip. So they're probably like what 20 seconds apart right now, I'd say, give or take.
Yeah. So Ivhen might still look a little bit faster. I think KC's still ahead because of that quit out that he had to do, but it's definitely a lot closer now than it was a few minutes ago.
Let's go ahead and pray for no bad Amelia RNG coming up, though.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
All right, and Ivhen here is gonna drop down to pick up. This is the abandoned workshop. It's an area full of lore, but the only thing that we care about is there's a doll set here that if you sell it in the hunter stream, you actually get what, like 35,000 echoes.
Yeah, 35,000.
And so it, oh.
Yeah, you don't get it in BL4 though. You just,
oh, my bad.
Like I was talking about earlier, like because of no level up, you just have an ample amount of echoes to buy basically anything you'd want. You know, you just don't need it.
I thought it would. I thought even still you would pick it up because it's just 35,000 free echoes and it's just so close. But yeah, I guess like
you just simply don't need it, honestly.
Yeah, the time loss probably isn't worth
it. You have plenty to level up your weapon. You have plenty to buy extra mollies, even vials if you want. Just like at pretty much any given moment after a boss fight.
Right.
So yeah, it'll only take what 2 or 3 seconds to grab it, but it's just a simple time loss. Unless you wanted to stock up on like 80 vials or something, I don't know.
Get like the 600 vials at the get-go. All right, I've been showing off the ladder warp cancel, or the ladder warp skip.
Yeah, ladder cancel warp.
Yeah, you want to explain it?
All right, that was found by Dan Koister, I believe his name is pronounced. And essentially what it happens is as you can do a gunshot, you can trick your weapon, you can use an item, and then right after you do one of those things, you pretty much, not immediately, but just slightly after you press X, it sort of does an animation cancel, and it tricks the game into thinking your character is actually on the ladder, but it gives you free reign to still run around the map and do whatever you want. And so you can go up here like they're doing afterwards, kill Amelia, and then once they do the cutscene here and quit out, it just assumes their character's still on the ladder all that time, and it just puts them back to the bottom. So if you did the ladder cancel at the bottom, it'll put you, or started at the bottom, it'll put you there. If you trigger it at the top, it'll throw you up to the top of it, for example. The only thing that happens though is if you climb another ladder, you die, or you do another type of load screen. I'm not sure what, like some load screens affect it and some don't. I'm not sure the specifics on that, but it'll cancel out completely and you'll have to reactivate it. But it's a really handy skip because you save, I think like 15 to 20 seconds roughly if you get it first try. And it's essentially a free time save. It's very beginner friendly, I would say.
Yeah, and it was just found recently too, right? Like it was.
Yeah, it's probably one of the newest things that's been found.
It looks like Ivhen got the good Amelia RNG too, so now we just wait for KC.
No Ivhen luck kicking in already.
Yeah, and so here Ivhen's gonna quit out, and this quit out is gonna allow him to spawn back in right underneath the ladder.
Alright, so this fight, this is what I was saying earlier, like the first 3 fights are like a little bit different. Like this one, for example, instead of being able to do like an efficient R1 L1 finisher on her, it takes about 4 hits to finish her off there. So it's only a few second difference probably. But you'll really start to see the difference on something like Parl and Shadows and stuff. It's like Parl is like a completely different strat where you run around the whole boss and break all of her moves and whatnot.
I'm interested to see if anyone's gonna accidentally level up though. That'll be
that'd be so devastating. Aw. Especially if it's like stays this close to a race, you know?
Yeah.
Just accidentally levels up one time. Ugh. What would we even do in that instance? I guess they'd have to forfeit.
I don't even know.
Actually, no, because the runners themselves agreed to do this. So like even if they
technically this isn't the BL4 tournament, but
yeah, exactly. So like it would just be an honor thing at that point.
Yeah.
So I think it would be fine to carry on.
Let's be honest, they'd get a lot of they wouldn't get a lot of slack in the Discord if one of them accidentally leveled up.
What if they accidentally leveled up, but it was endurance? Could you even judge them for that?
I mean, they get extra, like a few extra hits, right?
Yeah. But everything pretty much seems to be going really well for both runners so far. But this run, like I said, it really kicks off toward like basically like Shadows is a
Yeah,
pain in the
so
butt. And
we
then
start
the
seeing it
DLC
pretty
is
soon.
insane with BL4.
But yeah, Casey might look a little bit behind, but again, he's got that quit out that he's like, it looks like he might be like 30 seconds behind, but in reality, he just got the sewer skip, and because of the extra quit out that he had, he's actually not as behind as it seems. But I feel like Ivhen definitely started to close the gap with just like the really good fights and that old Yarnum skip.
Yeah, it's essentially pretty neck and neck at this point. All right, Casey didn't get DK'd there. So like when you activate a lamp like that and you're going through the animation of warping, you get iframes, right? But there's one specific attack that mob does where he sort of charges the torch over his head and slams it down. And for some reason, that attack can hit you through iframes and just one-shot you there.
I think it has to do with like the hitbox that you have. You have like this very small hitbox at that point.
I've been getting bad snatcher
the-
RNG, but it's fine. You just only wasted a few seconds there. It's nothing he can do about it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. And this, by the way, is a death that is actually accounted for in the run. You want to take this just because it lets you do Parl early, which is really convenient. He gives you a lot of souls, and then he also gives you the ability to buy bolt paper.
All right, so this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, this is where you really start seeing a big difference in BO4 versus all bosses. So, like, anybody out there who's just starting the game, if you're coming to this boss and you're having trouble with her, just try and do what these runners are doing, essentially. Like, it's a very easy thing to do. It's just like breaking her legs all the way around her body, basically. It helps tremendously.
Also, for the person who was asking, how do you level up accidentally? Trust me, muscle memory is like a very... But I guess these they have been used to running BL4, so probably it's not as strong in them.
Yeah, if you were like running regular bosses and BL4 bosses and like alternating like every other day, I can see it happening on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you're used to it, see how he just like focuses complete on the limbs, and he pretty much does the same rotation on all of them up to the last one. Just getting his meter up a little bit with the L1 finishers each time, and then he just finishes them off up here pretty. Or her, sorry, Parl is a girl.
Oh, Parl's a girl. Is that the lore?
All right, pretty much a perfect fight for Ivhen.
That's a little scary though. You have to do 3 R1s at the beginning instead of the R1 L1 combo.
It's like there's a few bosses in this game, as far as the main game goes. I'm not talking about chalices, but like they're really like Amygdala can be really awkward to hit. She's huge, but her limbs are awkward. Parl is the same kind of way. It's just you can miss hits so easily on this fight. Let's see how Casey does it. I mean,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, Casey's obviously going to be going for the same strat. Let's just see if he executes it as well.
And a lot of these bosses, like, they technically have strats, but executing is the difficult part. Oh, going for it there.
Oh, I don't think you wanted the visceral there, but sometimes the visceral hitboxes in this game are really weird. Like, you can be completely to the side of the boss for almost perfect character in front of him real quick. And ideally, you don't really want viscerals on BO4, but like these early bosses, it's actually still pretty decent.
And decent, yeah, that was a good fight from KC.
Now, I've been doing one of the easiest skips in the game, so any beginners out there, just feel free to try that one. You'll probably get it first try. It's like nothing to it. Just run and jump against the wall.
Probably one of the hardest skips to avoid in a glitchless run.
Yep.
Because it's just so mundane and just so easy to do that most people just think it's...
All right, so this is where the run really kicks off. Probably in any category, it gets really hard here for Shadows, and the fact that they don't have any level ups and they just have a +4 weapon with some gems. So let's see how it goes.
I will say though, it's still pretty impressive that they're doing BL4, and yet I guess like most of the strats are pretty much the same, and now we're gonna see the huge difference. But the fact that they're keeping up with I would say an all bosses pace, it's pretty impressive still.
Just hope we don't give any caster curses or anything.
I know, right?
I don't want to talk too much about like what could or could not happen on Shadows. Oh, just hope for the best.
Instead, let's talk about the pickups that they do. So right now they have a +4 weapon.
Ooh. Okay, he got away. Jesus. All right, he's just gonna lose a little bit of time in a couple vials. So not a huge deal, but still scary to watch.
Probably the shock is the biggest thing about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you do a special run through here to get the upgrade material to get a +6, or to ultimately get a +8 later on. Does BL4 get a +6 before run?
Yeah, you can do it with 20. Wait, no. I'm thinking of another run. Yeah, you do get a +6. I might be thinking of any percent where you can just do it with the +5. But yeah, I think like One Reborn is pretty much the same fight, and Rom really isn't all that bad on BL4 with the +6 early.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, that was close for Ivhen.
Yeah, so, you know, what, this is like technically the fourth boss you would face in the normal playthrough.
Yeah.
And they already have you fighting 3 people at the same time, so it's a pretty fantastic fight. And one of these, well, let's not talk about it until like both the runners have gotten through it, actually.
Alright, looks like a good fight for Ivhen. He had a little bit of issues there to deal with, but he handled it well.
And the nice thing is, like, so you kill the fireball snake. It's the one that has like the tonitrus, like a little mace-looking weapon. That you kill him first because he has the least HP out of all the shadows. Then you go for the katana guy without the flame, and then finally you finish with the Candleman with the katana, just because it's what's best. And the nice thing is the katana guy with the fire actually doesn't do anything as long as you hit him. So if you R1 him, he will just keep dodging around. Ooh.
Oh no. And one, it's bad because you can be pretty tight on materials in this run. Like ideally, like one death's okay, you can work with it. But the main thing here is that the run back, I clocked it once. It was like 2 minutes and 45 seconds to get back to Shadows. That doesn't even count the fight itself that you just had. So pretty big hit here. Very unfortunate.
Oh, and we haven't explained Beast Blood Pellets, but the thing is that Beast Blood Pellets let you, it's like a combo thing. So you, the more damage you deal out, the bigger your meter is, and the bigger the meter is, the more damage you every hit does. The problem is you take more hits. So I'm assuming, especially in BL4, where you're like 10 vitality, and level ups in this game increase your defenses as well. So taking a hit with a Beast Blood Pellet can really be damaging.
Yeah, Beast Blood Pellets are pretty much mandatory for speedruns, but obviously it's still risky for that reason. Like if you basically if you didn't use Beast Blood Pellets in this run, I don't know how much more time it would take. Probably another like 10 to 20 minutes just to finish the run. Maybe more than that even. They save a tremendous amount of time.
And Ivhen getting the YOLO ROM skip, or Lunarium key skip, the YOLO Lunarium key skip.
I'm waiting for the day that YOLO ROM on BL4 is a thing. I really want to see it. Starting with a pretty good spider clear.
I don't think he actually went back and got a +6.
I didn't notice. I was watching KC.
I must have missed it, yeah. I mean, with a +4, it should still be doable, right? It's just a...
I honestly don't know. Maybe if you had max beast meter? Let's see what his damage is. I can't really see the numbers.
He did like 891 or something like that?
Oh, and Rom gave the backup. Nice.
That's good.
Such a good girl. Oh, he got the stagger. He must have got a +6 then. Alright, very good.
Oh, he did? Yeah, he did go back. Okay, never mind. My bad, I missed it then.
He should be able to 1 or 2 shot Rom here, and then he'll most certainly get the insta work if the spiders don't stun him. Alright, gets the running R1. Nice. And into the insta work. Very, very good fight from Ivhen on Rom. Alright, Shadows. Casey's going to Shadows for the second time.
Round 2.
See how it goes. Come on, Casey. Doing a safe heal there, smart.
Oh no, KC, okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, Shadows are being a little bit unfair right now.
There we go. Alright. Nice. That's phase one. Oh, okay.
They love those jump attacks today.
Yeah. Oh, and he ran out of,
And like, normally I would say like, go ahead and pop another pellet here, but he's already lost one, so it'll make it kind of awkward. He might end up having to go to the woods early and stuff like that if he did that. So taking a pretty big time loss here, but hopefully you can get it going.
got the parry. He's not gonna get the post down. Not that he would want it, but maybe like to heal back. Because this game has a mechanic called what's it called again? My bad.
Rally?
Rally, yeah. Which if you hit an enemy, if an enemy hits you, you have a few seconds to actually regain your health if you hit the enemy back. So it's like a risk and reward thing. Like, do you want to waste a blood vial, or you can risk getting some health back by hitting the enemy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Casey's showing off how the last shadow basically just dodges around. He's free if you get another one every single time.
Yeah. And it's really sort of easy to get a fight that bad in BL4, just for the fact that it's like in regular all bosses, you can pretty easily, the good runners can pretty easily get the beast when you're going all the way past this net. But BL4, it's hard to get the beast when you're going the whole fight.
Yeah.
Which makes it like doubly annoying because I mean your damage goes from really good to potato
in like a second.
But
I think Ivhen did YOLO Yahar Ghoul skip, which as he showed off is just basically standing really close to that fence, and if you R2, your weapon actually faces you through that railing, so you can skip. It's like a 3-minute time save. You just skip a bunch of the Yahar Ghoul section.
Alright, and this fight is pretty much the same in BL4 since you already have that early +6. Like I actually almost find it easier sometimes. It might just be a psychological thing, but I mean you have the normal one reborn things that can happen. Your beast make it rain on you for days, but everything else is essentially the same. You do really good damage for BL4.
Yeah, and this boss is one of the few non-beast bosses that actually allows you to stagger the limbs. So all you got to do is just stagger the head, stagger the leg, and then stagger the. Well, after you stagger the leg, I think that's you just kind of finish him off.
Right, solid fight from Ivhen.
Yeah.
All right, KC going for the quit out version. Missed the yellow.
I would say Casey's behind by like what, 2 minutes?
At least. That Shadows does a huge chunk.
Yeah.
And then he had the slow Shadows fight on top of that.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But again, it's BL4 and anything can happen, so the race is definitely not over yet.
Yeah, because the fights take longer, more things can happen to you, especially in like DLC bosses and even Gearman and stuff later. Whereas normally you can just like lock out somebody like Ludwig, for example, goes from a perfectly consistent fight to like, you know, just like hopefully doesn't give you too bad of RNG because it's really awkward to deal with. But both of these runners are very, very good at this, so they should be able to handle it fine, I'm sure.
In case he gets the stagger.
Alright, so a really good phase one. Should just take 2 or 3 hits to finish Rom up here.
Wow, getting in, like, going exactly to the Ramas. Very good fight from KC.
Into the insta-ward. Nice, Casey. All right, now Ivhen will be going back to the Dream here to get a +8 and socket one of the gems he got in Yargle, and then he's off to Mikalash, one of our favorites. There's a lot that can happen in this fight, mostly because of puppets, and also it's pretty easy to mess up the plunge in phase 2. But both of these runners get it relatively consistently, so let's see what happens. Now Casey's off to go get the key for Upper Cathedral, and he'll be performing the Yargle skip, the so dreaded Yargle skip. It's weird. I know you mentioned it earlier, like how to perform it, but like it's a skip. Like if you do the setup version, it's like really consistent. But like getting it to happen with 2 mobs like there, you basically have a clock that starts once you go to attempt it, and if you mess up the first, even second try, like you might just die with a blast to the back with a gun.
Yeah, but especially with your low level up here, you could just.
Yeah.
But Ivhen risked it. We'll see if KC decides to go for. It's interesting because you've got 2 mentalities when doing a tournament run. You have the mentality of like, oh no, I have to catch up now, or you have the mentality of like, oh no, I have to play it safer now. So I wonder what KC's gonna decide to do with the skip now. Whether he's gonna decide to.
I assume, like when I did this race, I didn't watch anything. I didn't have chat pulled up. I didn't watch what the other runners doing. I just focused on my run. But Casey's one of those that he's probably got chat pulled up. He's probably watching Ivhen's run. He likes to know what's going on. So yeah, that's definitely gonna mess with his mental game for sure. Maybe for the best. Who knows? He's doing the silico strat here, where he shoots in front of the wheelchair guy. All right, missed the yellow, but he'll just kill the mobs.
Yeah, and it's not even like you have to have the race open. You can actually just sometimes you just know. I'm assuming that he knows because of the Shadow's death. But oh, he got the.
He just walked through it. Yes.
Oh,
Very nice, Casey. Yeah, that's a thing too, by the way. Like, yeah, you can do a charge star too, but sometimes your character can distinguish like that. That was so good.
He like no, the worst part is he like flew forward. He didn't just like walk forward. So that I thought he was gonna fly way past the He was gonna go way past it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my god, he was probably so nervous there.
He just let it happen too. I was like, wait, why isn't he quitting out?
I've always seen that happen. Out of all the runners I've seen that happen 4 times, and it happens in a tourney race here. This is perfect.
Impressive, Casey. We gotta give him a clap for that one.
Alright, let's see if Ivhen gets Swedish RNG here with Miko. Nope, just standard. Yep, everything's looking normal for Ivhen so far. Let's hope he doesn't get double puppets. If he does, he'll probably shoot the second one, but double puppets gonna really mess up your day here.
Ooh. Yeah, these coffins are really annoying. If they hit you, even with health, like they can be pretty annoying, and they almost can one-shot you.
Oh, Miko going a bit into the room.
Oh,
ideally you want him in this hallway.
Casey just having a little trouble with. Oh, and he wasted his antidote too.
I've been doing a good job handling Miko in this room, where ideally you don't want to fight him, not get up in the arrow. So really, pretty good phase 1 for Ivhen.
Oh no! Casey didn't get the stagger.
Oh my god. That is so unfortunate. And the thing is, the fight, the sort of opener on One Reborn when he's not aggroed is not too bad, but when he is aggroed, it makes it significantly harder. Like he'll basically start flailing his legs around sooner when he's already aggroed like this. So Casey's got his work cut out for him at this point. And now we're running into the issue of him running out of resources and maybe having to go to the woods early or something even. So Ivhen missed the plunge, but let's see if he gets the double shot. Nope. Okay, Ivan's gonna have to run around. So that's probably That's probably 30-ish seconds he just lost there, but it's not too big of a deal.
I think that's, well, no, he did miss sewer skip, but that's like the only other big mistake Ivhen's had so far.
It's like we're getting a little bit of frame drops from Ivhen. Alright, I am really curious to see Casey's fight here, because like we said, it's very, very different going in the second time when he's aggroed here. Alright, nice finish from Ivhen. It's unfortunate that he missed the plunge, but it happens. It's probably just nerves that made him do that. Alright, let's go, Casey. You got this, man.
Come on, Casey. Yeah, so... Okay, okay, he got it. Ooh, okay, so he's got to back away.
Just hope he can get the stagger here. Another explosion. And Wonder Reborn's being pretty cheeky right now. No? Oh, Jesus. And this is about the point in the run where I know Milton just gave up, because he died 3 times to the Oracle segment, 2 to the boss himself, and then 1 to one of the mobs, I believe. It's just, it just really messes
really
with your head to die to
challenging,
this. Like, just keep in mind that any of these runners, or either of these runners actually doing runs to PB, they would have reset with the first death. So, like, it's, I don't know, when you have your mind set one way, it's just so hard to keep going sometimes. But I mean, he can still do it for sure. He's just like to the point now. He has, I think it says 3 vials left.
Yeah, that's the big concern.
So he might get the peach vials. There's like 6 over by one.
The Akimbo blood vials.
Yeah. And I believe Ivhen just picked up the gem. Yes. Now he's got to go back. See, in the regular all bosses, you wouldn't go back here. You'd have enough damage for Wet Nurse to be fine, but you go back and socket the 18% gem just to make Wet Nurse a little bit more consistent. And if you're really peachy, you'd go and get the Blood Rock even and socket all your gems. But nobody does that.
Is he not going to go for the blood vials?
It doesn't look like it. He has, what, 0?
0, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
If that's the case, I think if he dies this time, he might just forfeit.
I honestly, I don't want him to, obviously, but like I couldn't blame him at the same time.
Yeah,
I would
honestly.
be so devastated. But I mean, everybody needs to keep in mind that like it's still not over though. Like, there's just so much that can happen. I might as well.
God, yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I hate to see it, but it happens. I really don't know what he's going to do at this point, though.
Yeah, because you need blood vials for that skip, and he's got 0. So, can you sell anything right now?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What he has to sell in his inventory. Because I don't think he picked up the doll set either.
No, he didn't. Yeah,
He
he's
has
looking.
the starter set. Get a little bit. Off the
Oh,
cold
he's got
blood,
the-
okay. There we go. There, yeah, perfect. Okay, so he can still salvage this. He's gonna go
Yeah.
to the woods to pick up some pellets and maybe unlock the clinic early, I would assume.
Well, he killed Rom, so he can technically just do the clinic now.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
You know, good man, KC, for keeping the run going, even though.
Yeah, I think there are very few people that would keep going right now, for sure.
I feel like a lot of people would have stopped. So.
Well, I for one still believe.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely, it's still doable.
Looks like Ivhen's having a pretty solid fight with Wet Nurse so far. Let's see if she gets cheeky with any teleports or teleports into Nightmare phase. Now, both of these runners have the capability, like I know they're good at it, to be able to cancel her Nightmare phase, but it's still a very precise thing, so hopefully she doesn't give it to him.
Yeah, he seems to be just...
Yeah, he's just manhandling her at this point. She's giving him really good RNG on top of that. Yeah, she's pretty much dead. That was like a perfect fight from what I saw. Good job, Ivhen. All right, so Casey making his way through the woods,
giving us a jest. Was that a salty gesture, or was that like legit?
he pulled up the gesture menu.
Okay.
So Casey getting the peach pellets, which I guess aren't really even peach at this point with the deaths, and then also picking up the peach elixir. Does he have an antidote, or did you say he wasted that earlier?
He wasted the antidote accidentally when he went into the One Reborn fight. Wow. So he might pick up the 2 that are here to the left. No. Alright, he's just gonna
he'll just heal through it. It's fun.
Honestly, I've been having a really good like base game. Yeah, and normally if you would be running any percent, you would have stopped after Wet Nurse, so he got a really good beginning. The only 2 like mistakes I could say he had was like not getting sewer skip and the plunge attack on Mikolash, but other than that, he's had a pretty impressive run.
Now Ivhen going for one of the most dreaded skips in the game, unless you're Casey, because Casey loves the skip for some reason. I want to watch it kill a world record run if there's one day. Because
the Luxure Hulk skip, totally based on timing and positioning. There's no luck at all.
All right, 4th try from Ivhen. Pretty average for most runners, I would say.
The nice thing is that he did that pretty fast. Like he hardly did a setup for it, though.
Yeah,
it was pretty fast.
And Casey just making it to the backside of the clinic, where he'll get the Canehurst summons and kill Yosefka for 1 of the 3rds of the umbilical cords.
Yeah. And normally you can actually access this area pretty early on. But the thing is, you don't want to come to this area until much later, because after ROM, because of lore reasons, one of the NPCs gets replaced by an alien, and then the alien replaces the NPC, and you can get an item called the umbilical cord. You need 3 of those in order to challenge the final boss of this game, and if you don't pop them, then the game basically ends like earlier, so it's just an additional boss that you can fight, which of course we need to kill in an all bosses run. So
I heard a horror story once of somebody, I'm not going to say any names, but losing a world record run because of not popping one of those umbilical cords and not being able to fight Member Presence at the end. It does happen. All right, so I've been just doing the Nightmare Frontier skip, which you see, it's actually a very, very beginner-friendly skip, and it's really useful because not only do you save a big chunk of time, but running through Nightmare Frontier is pretty awful, I would say. I do not like this place in the slightest. I do love Amygdala, but her sort of level just sucks.
There's like a poisonous swamp. You have to roll through most of it. It's pretty bad. Do you have to? What sort of staggers do you do? Okay, so you do the classic.
You do essentially the old strat here. You can't do the Ivhen-Dala strat here.
Okay, seems like Ivhen got it. He made it look easy, but those are ones precise, because if you miss a single hit, she will not stagger, and it is terrifying to have to actually fight Amygdala. But after that, it's a pretty much just like R1 spam, R1 L1.
Precise opener, and then also once you stagger her the first time and she's coming back down, if you don't do your rotation early enough, it's really easy to get a visceral on her, which isn't the worst thing on regular all bosses because your stats are pretty good by then. But in BL4, you're gonna do essentially no damage, and it's gonna just mess up all your rotations. So good fight from Ivhen there. KC going for the Oracle skip again. Looks like first try.
He's getting it first try every single time.
Let's go, KC. See, I feel like when your run is going this poorly, you start to play fearlessly and essentially start to play better. So I would not be surprised to see some godly fights from KC at this point. He's back in business, so it's still anyone's race.
And now for Ivhen to challenge probably the hardest boss of the game, the Cleric. Especially at this point.
did you just say? Oh my god.
Challenge.
Get out of here. Yeah, a lot of people have asked like why Cleric Beast is saved for later, but yeah, just come back when you're just beefy as hell and just wreck him.
Let's just say if Cleric Beast gets a hit in, I'll be very. Oh no! Oh, Casey didn't realize.
He needs to quit out here. He has to quit out. It'll reset it. Oh, okay.
What is concerning though is that he did pop the bolt paper early, so I wouldn't be surprised if it ran out like.
Yeah. Let's just hope for the early stagger, please.
Okay.
Come on. There we go. Nice.
There we go.
He's got this. Come on. Nice. Just healing up a bit. Play it safe. Smart. He might have to work his way down the body now. He's gonna probably like whack some legs on the way. Nice.
Gonna go to the back leg so.
Alright.
Nice. There we go. Good job, KC.
Whew. What was that? Fourth?
Yeah, something like that. Although we don't really the third one didn't count since he had like no vials and
yeah. Alright, so KC on his way to level up to +8, put the gym in, and then off to our friendly neighborhood Mikalash. And Ivhen's on his way through the woods to get some pellets, to get the summons, and the cord. Let's see. I'm pretty sure Ivhen will go for the Hex wood skip here. I'm assuming.
I think this will be if he does go for it, this will be the first time we actually get to see the full thing. Because people have tried to do it, but I know D-Planet tried it, and Romantic one tried it too, but I don't think he got it.
Alright, he is going for it, which I believe the skip saves roughly 15 seconds, 12 to 15 seconds. So first try on the graves, which is to me the hardest part, and then he's just going to fall here, roll off the gravestone, and perfect. I just hope this giant here doesn't smack him. He's usually really good at dodging it though. Let's see. He went for it, but Ivhen rolled it perfectly. Good job, Ivhen.
Nice.
Perfect skip.
Very nice. You know, while it does suck that Casey did die a couple times there, he definitely has the whole support of the chat, so that's always good.
Yeah, definitely. Casey with some family-friendly words towards One Reborn in chat. I like it.
Keeping the stream Christian-friendly, or family-friendly.
You, if you can hear me, Casey, you've done what few men would ever do, and that's to continue this meme fest of a run that you've been getting. So, kudos, man.
Yeah, I've been turning around his camera to make sure that alien can actually sometimes be hyper aggressive, and he just storms at you while you're climbing the ladder. And I'm assuming with this vitality, he can one-shot you.
With Ivhen's health as it is, with what he healed up, it wouldn't one-shot.
Okay.
But I would say in BL4, if you're like just a little bit less than half health, roughly there, you should be fine. But I've seen so many runs die to that. So a lot of people seem to peach shield there at least one time to prevent that. Alright, I believe Ivhen will be heading straight to... Has he already done Cleric Beast? Or no?
I believe... Yeah, right? Because that's when we were talking about...
Yeah, okay. So he should be heading straight to Upper Cathedral right after this part. In case
so we're really close to the DLC for Ivhen.
Yes, I love the DLC. This is where I feel like the runners might peach out a bit more once they get to the DLC, because like Ludwig and all bosses are just like pretty much perfectly consistent if you execute it right. But like BL4, there's just so much that can happen, and I think it takes. I want to say it takes 15 seconds roughly to grab that lamp, so I think it's very wise to get in the BL4 run. But we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, and here we're actually going to get to see a bigger difference in BL4. Not the Emissary, but Ebrietas. Because in all bosses, just the regular bosses, you have the... you basically just stagger her limbs. And then you just get another stagger on her head, and then after that, it's pretty much just R1L1. But I think in BL4, you don't do the staggers, right? You have to actually kind of fight her.
Yeah, so like she gets locked out completely on all bosses, and then BL4, you have to get like, I want to say it's around 5 hits on one of her back limbs to stagger her head back down, and then you can sort of finish her off relatively easily. And she probably has just if you do it perfectly, she probably has like a few seconds to get an attack off, and depending on which one she does, it's really easy to get one shot, especially if she does like one of her sort of twirl attacks. I've died at that one and got one shot by it. I can't even count how many times. So it's a pretty scary fight, probably one of the scarier ones as far as how far in the run they are. Alright, now Casey's starting Mikolash. Let's see what RNG he gets here. Maybe he can get Swedish, getting a little bit of time save.
Going for that German
Yeah,
RNG.
Swedish.
Oh, but he got the...
Let's go!
Well, technically it's the German RNG manipulations that picked up the bullets to...
Oh, is that from CB?
No, that's from Proflow.
Oh.
It's 100%.
Ooh. Puppet aiming in with the feigned death. Hopefully he can get out of the door so when he goes back into the room. Oh, fun. If you can push it back. Perfect case, dude.
Good job.
Alright, now I've been about to perform the Orphanage key skip, which the hardest part for this is just getting the jump attack and hitting. Ideally, you want to get the left hand, roughly, of the Brain Sucker, and then you can just probably kill it in like 3 hits on BL4. And one more hit. Just far enough away to miss. Come on.
So he's gonna have to hit him again. Oh no!
He might have to. No.
Yeah.
He might have to quit out here.
Yeah, can't reach.
That would be so unfortunate. He's already spent like 30 seconds doing the skip, now quitting out, and I don't know if he'll be able to pop another Beast Blood pellet there or not. Maybe he'll have enough to
Is it still 3 hits though without the Beast Blood pellet?
I don't know. I always use Beast Blood pellet on that in BO4, so I'm not sure how many he'll be without it. Probably like an extra hit or 2, which is actually a really big deal with this skip because even 1 extra hit is a pain. So let's see what he does. Looks like
Casey's just making sure that Mikolash doesn't run back because. So the skip saves a couple seconds because you don't have to go around to the inside of the room or wait for the gate to open because the gate drops down. But the problem with this part is that if Mikolash steps back, there's a puppet that can aggro. And you don't want him to do Call from Beyond, which is this like beam attack, which basically one-shots you no matter how much health you have if you can't dodge it correctly.
So that was a pretty terrifying skip that Ivhen just had to deal with there. He almost got one shot there, but he made it finally. He probably lost 45 seconds to that skip alone. It's unfortunate. Is Casey
not going for the gem?
He might be going for early +2. This looks like the Casey route. So basically, he doesn't go down the elevator until after he's already wrapped around, grabbed the chunks, the gem, and everything, and then he takes the elevator down with the shortcut and gets a +10 early before fighting Witner. So he'll have a +10 weapon and all the best gems you can get in the base game for this run at least.
Nice.
The kcsmurf Blood Rock, as some might say. I did not expect this, but I guess it makes sense. Maybe he's just trying to peach out a little bit harder with all the things that have happened in this run so far. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him. Normally, I would say KC, Smur, no shame in my game, Blood Rot, but at this point, I think he's got the right to.
I've been getting a pretty odd emissary fight here. Oh, this is bad. They're spawning for the second wave. And ideally, you want to get a
no.
double backstab to finish off the boss here, and it's going to be really tricky with all these aliens already spawning. So let's see if you can get it. Oh, and the backstab hits the other alien.
No, it did hit, but I
did
think
hit.
it missed
Okay,
yeah.
Nice, good job, Ivhen.
It missed the back. Grabbing the lamp, very.
Yes, all sorts of shenanigans can happen on a Debbie, as some might call her. So, very smart idea. And it only takes just a few seconds to grab a lamp, so definitely worth it. And I'm not sure if Ivhen knows where KC is. Like, I don't know if he's watching it, but if I knew a runner was minutes behind, I would probably get the lamp too, just to be extra safe. Now, KC's on his way to go grab the blood rock to get that early +10 we were talking about. All right, here goes Ebrietas. Just watch, if you're familiar with the regular boss strat, just watch, it's quite different what you have to do, especially in the middle of the fight. So like pretty much the same opener plus an extra L1, then you pop your paper. Now he's going to stagger her back left leg with a few hits. See, it should take 5 hits. There we go. Now he goes for the head again in a second. Alright, looking like a pretty good fight. Yeah, he'll be able to finish her off here with just a few hits. Very nicely done from Ivhen. So he'll have to take the lamp back. Or he's just going to mark out. Okay. So he's just going to mark back to that lamp he just took, but like it'll still save him some time running to that lamp that spawns after every other dies. Nice job from Ivhen, though. Alright, and so since Casey got the blood rock, that frees up a lot of his insight points to just dump wherever he needs them. So he just bought some extra bolt papers and whatnot, which is really smart. And he'll also be able to, by the time he gets to the DLC, he'll be able to buy like extra elixirs, as many pellets and papers as he'll need. You can just buy them to his heart's content. So like I think you net like, I think I've heard like 40 seconds you lose from getting a blood rock. But like, it's a very convenient thing to do at the same time. It gives you a lot of options. Like if I was racing BL4 in a tournament, I might actually get the blood rock on it. Yeah, I think I would. It's just too convenient. Alright, so Ivhen just unlocked the DLC essentially. He'll go back to the dream after this, buy some poison knives, maybe some vials, maybe bullets even, I'm not sure. And then I think the run really kicks off at this point. See how Casey's wet nurse fight goes. Got a good opener. Did we lose Newbie, by the way? Hello.
Oh, okay. I was actually asking, does Ivhen choose Orphan in BL4?
I believe so. I think the only person crazy enough to not choose Orphan on BL4 is Bounce. Yeah. So, yeah. I was paying attention to not being able to hear you, so I didn't notice if Ivhen bought the knife, but I assume he did.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention either.
As far as I know, he does. It's just so much faster and smarter to do. Ooh, that was close on Casey's part. Otherwise, a really solid fight. But yeah, I assume he got the knives. All right, and I'm curious to see how peachy Ivhen will get with the DLC. Because, like I said, if it was me, I would definitely be getting the Ludwig lamp. It's a very scary fight on BL4. So Casey would have a long road ahead of him, but I mean, it's still technically possible.
Yep. Definitely not over.
All right, and Ivhen on his way to get the eye pendant, which allows him to access the altar to then in turn get the skull to come back and fight Lawrence, which is just chilling out on this throne like a lazy Sunday. One of my favorite bosses in the game, personally.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one to watch because that definitely is a one-shot no matter what, right?
I believe most of what he does can one-shot you, yeah. Very, very fun boss, though. See how Luxury Hall Skip's going.
Nice. That was like third try.
The insane time save.
Skip saves 15 seconds, used up 18.
And let's hope these fleas, or what are they called? Bloodsuckers?
Bloodsuckers, yeah.
Yeah, let's hope these don't spit on Ivhen on the way through here. They can be so annoying and they just poison you. It's the worst. I've seen a lot of bad things happen on this little Blood River area. In case he's on his way to do Nightmare Frontier skip and Amygdala. The best waifu of Bloodborne, by the way.
I don't know. Debbie definitely has a leg up on Amygdala, I think.
I just like those big, lanky arms. Alright, so... Ooh, the dog did not hit him. That's fortunate. He could have probably died there if the dog would have hit him as well. Alright, let's see if he gets the lamp.
And that hunter's pretty scary too, so... Doesn't look like he's gonna go for the lamp. Oh no. Yeah, he's turning over.
Yeah, this just makes sense, honestly. Even if you are like the best player, like just get the lamp.
I don't know, he looks so focused on the boss. I guess he was just making sure the guy didn't shoot him, but...
Oh god. Okay, he shot really far up. Nice. Alright, so both runners about to go into some pretty fun fights. See if Casey gets the opener here. It's a good stagger.
Oh, he missed the last one. The last R1. So yeah, that's what we were saying. It's kind of precise. But he got it there. Okay, good. Good recovery from Casey. But yeah, especially beginning players, it can be really challenging to come back from that.
Alright, so this boss, Ludwig, on BL4 is essentially you want to go for like the back two leg staggers, and then also I think it takes like 5 hits to get the stagger on the head. And it's a very, very challenging fight on BL4 to get that phase 1 to go that well. Like Ivhen made it look easy. See if you can get the stagger here. It's like a good phase 2 so far.
Nice. Do you even go for the R2? No, you don't, I'm assuming.
You'll probably iframe this attack. Yes, rolled through it, nice. And that looks like a really, really good fight from Ivhen.
Nice, Ivhen.
It's almost the best you could hope for. Good job. Casey's done with Amygdala. Let's see. Will he be going? I don't know if you go. He already did wood, so probably going to cleric piece.
Cleric,
now,
yeah.
I would imagine. And I'm not sure which of the runners, if either of them are going to go for early skull here. But if they plan on getting lamps for like Maria and whatnot, I think it's better to just go ahead and get the skull now. That might be why he's socketed his hunter mark here. Let's see what he does. So he lowers the elevator, gets the lamp, and is he going to mark out here? So yes, he's going to mark out and pretty much just save the time for waiting for the elevator to drop all the way, so he can just come back in from the load screen and just immediately do the skip. And we're just going to hope for some no stort rolls there, because it happens so much.
Yeah, and that's my question though. You can actually do that with a quit out too, instead of having to. But I guess.
Is that allowed? I thought it would be allowed, but I honestly don't know, because like if your character's actually doing an animation themselves, I know that would be allowed. But like, if
that's my question.
Interacting with, like, I don't know. I guess the EMP would be able to answer that.
Because you're essentially doing the same thing. You're just canceling the animation.
Yeah. All right, and Casey's going on to the hardest boss in the run, popping a Beast Blood pellet. Let's just pray for some good RNG here.
Like I said, this boss is really challenging at this in the run.
He was fortunate there. Good job, Casey. All right, this part of the run through for Ivhen is pretty scary. Like the quit out's really safe here, but once you get up the ladder, there's that gumball hit, some would call it, that it's really easy to get killed there. So I've lost like 20 runs to that. So I don't know if he might use an elixir or something. Let's see how he handles it though. But for people that don't know, quit out in Bloodborne, the reason he does it there is one, to not have to use an elixir to run to the left, and also it resets all the mobs and makes it just significantly easier to navigate through there.
By the way, for those in chat, we know, so there's the organ amygdala brain, we know that, but in the game, Patches the spider actually says the name Amygdala, so that's why we tend to refer to her as Amygdala instead of amygdala. So we go off of what they said in the ooh. Damn, KC getting blown off the bridge.
Yeah, on the one hand, it definitely is amygdala, the correct pronunciation, but at the same time, you know, who cares how people pronounce it? You know? Call her whatever you want. Call her waifu, call her Amy. It doesn't matter.
Just defending my homeboy Hex. Okay, it's kind of scary here because there's a hunt where Ivhen is. You get a sword roll or something, there's a chance that you can just get killed.
Looks like he's good to go, fortunately. Alright, and this fight is essentially the same. It's just instead of the right failure, you're ideally going to want to farm the left failure since it has the most health. Ooh, that was close. You'll probably heal up. Yes. Oh, that failure is being annoying. Stop it. Oh my god, he's so aggressive. Alright, he'll kill the right one, and I would assume he's going to move to the left one after this one dies.
Ivhen, come on.
That was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And you should be able to force shot the left failure like this and just farm it down. Alright, and he'll certainly be using a second bug pellet, and then ideally what will happen is he'll get it all the way to max and then be able to do a quit out. So that way when he goes to fight Maria, he'll have a full beast meter for the opener, which is really helpful for BO4 especially.
Or as Casey would call it, a full meter north.
Are we trying to keep it family friendly? If only we had a full meter north and command in chat right now.
Yeah.
Alright, so the fight's turning out pretty well now. It's unfortunate at the beginning.
And he did pop the second pellet, so he is getting...
My resolution's very bad, but I think that's a full beast meter from what I can see. You'll go up here, most likely get the lamp, and then also do the quit out, just to maintain the getting the lamp, quitting out.
Nice.
And like we mentioned earlier, like you can't quit out during the X animations, so that's why like the time efficient way to do it, which is not allowed, of course, it would be like open the door, and like as soon as your character's doing the animation, you put out there. When you come back in, the door ought to be open, stuff like that, which is not allowed in Bloodborne. So Ivhen's gonna have a nice meter north for Maria. Casey's on his way to Celestial Emissary. Let's hope his fight goes a little bit better than Ivhen's did on here.
Yeah, so if you're like if you've watched other Souls games, you might know that they quit out. For example, Dark Souls 3 quits out for every door that they basically walk into. But in Bloodborne, because loading screens just take so long, we kind of made it a rule to where you cannot cancel animations using any X prompt. So it just makes it so that you don't have to watch a loading screen every other minute or so. Good fight from KCD. All right, and so the thing about Maria is that she has 3 faces, and each one deals a little bit. Each. Ooh. Is somebody still here?
Oh, I didn't have my. Forgot I was pushed to talk.
But yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that was really unfortunate from Ivhen. But yeah, so her first phase deals like no fire damage and no blood damage. So basically, it's just her like a standard. Then she has blood in her second phase, and third she has blood and fire. So she just third phase is really risky. But fortunately, for the most part, you almost always have her down at that point.
Pretty nice fight from Casey on every S. Just glad Ivhen got the Maria lamp.
Got the lamp, yeah. And unfortunately, he won't be dealing as much damage as he did in the other fight at the beginning, just because he doesn't that extra beast blood damage that he had earlier. Nice.
It's always really nice to get those gun parries on her. Alright, pretty much the same fight as far as how much health she has in this phase, so see what she chooses to do. The hyper poise. She's a great boss in the sense of how fun she is, but she is so unfair sometimes. That's unfortunate. On the bright side, Casey's getting a chance to catch back up.
Yeah. Like we said, anything could happen in the race, especially with DLCs.
Yeah, it's terrifying. It's like the game doesn't even start to the DLC sometimes. And Casey's on his way to the DLC.
Yep. So he's not as behind as he's yeah.
She tried. She tried that hyper poise. Some runners name her very, very bad things in their splits. I would never say what, but there's a reason. There is a reason.
Yeah, definitely.
She is a piece of trash.
Ooh.
Come on. You should transition. Yes, you can get a few hits in, have to back away. Pretty much the same place he was last time.
Yeah, he just needs to parry. There we go.
There we go. Yes, that should be it.
Nice.
Good job, Ivhen.
Good job.
And he only has 1 pellet left, which you ideally want 2 for Orphan to be able to finish the fight efficiently. But
Do you think he's gonna warp back?
I don't know if he'll go back or not. Because depending on how many knives he has, he could do it without the pellet, honestly. Because I've done it before with 1 pellet and 20 knives. He's at 11 knives. Yeah, he's gonna have to go back, I think.
We'll see. We'll see what he does.
Alright, Casey just picked up the eye pendant on his way to Ludwig, and I'm almost certain he'll get the Ludwig lamp as well at this point. Ooh. Does Ivhen have an elixir left for this area?
I didn't see him equip one.
Oh boy. I know a lot of runners do it, but I cannot stand running through this area without an elixir.
Yeah, you've got
And
dogs
maybe-
that you've got dogs that do this shout that basically like stun locks you for a few seconds, and then you've got just these fish people who constantly throw spears at you. It's all about stamina management, but it's pretty risky to do it without a blue elixir.
Yeah.
Casey going for that Falcon twin shards.
And as far as I know, that's just a timing thing, right? Because obviously the runner doesn't need any twin shards. It's just like
Yeah, if you
go
run
down,
run-
pick it up, and come back, like it's perfect timing to go slip through them.
Yep. So you basically don't have to wait for the hunters.
All right, so Ivan's getting the lamp. I would assume he's going to work back here. He better. Okay, good. Oh no!
Yeah, getting killed by the...
Ah, it's so unfortunate. So yeah, Ivan will probably dump all of his insight into us. Maybe just pellets and paper and maybe an elixir for later. Let's see what he buys. He bought one. Okay.
Did he buy just 2 pellets?
He just bought 1 pellet. Did not expect that. Oh, wait, actually, you know what you might be doing is saving up for an insight dump on Kierman later.
Yeah, but he still needs to buy, what, 3?
Yeah.
3 more for...
And Ivhen, like most runners now, is going for the quit out version of the fishing hamlet skill. It's pretty precise quit out, but the fortunate thing is you have a small window, but you have a visual, you have 2 visual cues, and you have an audio cue to do that skip right. So it's not as bad as it just takes a little bit of practice.
Nice. I've been getting it first try.
Alright, so you'll be seeing the orphan cheese, which you can't hate on a runner for doing this cheese in BL4 because you not only save time, but it's 100% consistent, so it's just the smart thing to do here. And the fight takes so long that you actually need 2 rounds of paper and pellets, which is why I've been having to go back to the dream just now. It's like Casey's gonna make it through the Blood River this time, okay?
Alright, and Ivan basically has it. It's just about the opening. Get the opening, essentially have it. And what the orphan cheese allows you to do is if you parry orphan, and then I guess use any like throwable object at him, like a poison knife. Pebbles also work, but they're a lot slower, so the timing is a little bit more off. But yeah, it basically freezes his AI for a few seconds until either the time runs out or he's staggered. So I think this was found a couple days within the DLC being released, right?
I honestly don't know. I haven't played Bloodborne back then. Alright, and so KC, as we expected, getting the Ludwig lamp. Orphan is almost dead for Ivhen, looking good. It's like this cheese is 100% consistent, but at the same time, I would say this cheese takes hours, like probably like 6 hours to perfect.
Yeah.
So it's not.
You gotta make sure you get that parry. If you miss one, it can go bad pretty quickly.
Alright, so looks like Ivhen wrapped it up. Nice job, Ivhen. Now Casey's opening it up with Ludwig. It's a very scary fight.
Pick them out.
Nice stagger. With the charge, which can be a little awkward. Gonna do the running straight dodge here. Stagger. Maybe one more hit. I think
You might just get the.
Here we go. Straight phase transition.
Okay.
Hopefully his meter and stuff doesn't run out before like big guys, but it's highly likely this one because a little bit slow. So we get a stagger here. Into the visceral, which he did not obviously want to do to the side, but it just happened in this game. He's just gonna hide right now. He just tanks the bit. So he should be able to get the stagger pretty easily as he knows his meter's going, and that should be the fight. Nice job, Casey.
There we go.
Alright, and then Ivhen on his way to Lawrence is probably at least top 3 hardest bosses on BL4, I would say. Ooh, that was a little bit scary. So I assume Casey's going to also get the early skull like Ivhen did with the mark out as well.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. It's a very scary fight, so let's see how he executes it. It's a very consistent opener, just a lot of stuff can kind of happen later on in the fight. So we got the stagger. Lawrence is behaving with the backups. Nice. Probably go for arm staggers now. Should cross his arms for the charge up. And we should see the last phase coming right after this opener here, or right after this attack rotation from Lawrence. He should fall over. There we go. And this phase is there's like one attack I would say that's really a pain to dodge.
Is he gonna go? Okay, I was gonna ask if he was gonna go for the AI minute.
No.
But it looks like he's not.
Ivhen would never do that. And like using the no roll strats here is very effective. You can just hug the Lawrence and keep your damage up, and then he gets a good finisher here. Nice fight from Ivhen.
So outside of Maria, basically a death DLC.
Yep. So what, 2 deaths to Maria and that's it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Alright, now KC onto the awkward BL4 failures fight. Let's hope he doesn't get a stored roll on this elevator here. And now Ivhen's off to the old witches of Grand Cathedral. This fight really isn't that bad, with the first witch especially. It's just the second one, I believe, always gets away, so you could just have a little bit of RNG to deal with where she's going to teleport. Other than that, it's not that bad of a fight in BL4.
And just a reminder that this is a gentleman's agreement to the BL4 run between kcsmurf and Ivhen. So both of these runners agreed to do this, which is pretty daring for a tournament race, honestly. So far, they've put up a good show.
It's been a pleasure to watch. Alright, let's see if KC can avoid the stored rolls.
Ivhen's in the lead. Ivhen's got the lead right now. Ivhen only has 4 more bosses left?
Yeah, 1 more. I've got the PB jump over the railing. Let's see how KC's failures fight goes. It's the ideal opener.
Oh, his audio cut out?
Wait, what happened?
The audio, did it cut out?
I don't have audio on for the race, so I don't know.
Oh, we switched over to Ivhen's. Okay. I see why Tyre was asking.
And KC's failure fight looks pretty ideal so far.
Yeah, the guy, the second failure seems to be just kind of standing in the background.
I'll probably start his shenanigans.
Yeah, yeah. So
here he goes. Of course.
I spoke too soon, my bad. That was my...
Newbie trying to jinx KC's run. And he should pop another pellet here. Alright, and like we talked about earlier, is essentially, well, not only do you need that damage, but he wants to get a really high beast meter for the Maria fight put out. And he's got about over half, or right at half. Oh well.
Good job, KC.
Nice fight. And of course getting the lamp into the quit outs. And let's hope KC can one-shot Maria, because he prides himself on being very good at that fight. So he should one-shot her. Oop. I've been trying to get memed there by the dogs. I don't know if... Well, in regular all bosses, it's pretty easy depending on the mobs if they go break the barrel to do the quit out. But with the way the witches move around in this one, since the fight takes longer, I don't know if the quit out's really even feasible on this one, depending on where she ports to.
Yes.
It's just the scariest part of this. What's that?
Do you not do the R2, the chain backstab?
Yeah. He should do backstab and to let his stamina build up into double backstab for the first one. It's just the second one's probably going to get away from what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong on that. See how Casey's fight's going?
Yeah, so unfortunately he didn't have much of a meter. I guess that's one downside to having such a good fight is that your meter like ends so close to the end of the fight, so you don't have any buildup of meter.
Alright, so he did a regular attack and then double back. Okay, and now he's gonna get semi Mario here. Hopefully he can get away. Where did the witch towards bottom right? I hope he saw it. Yeah, maybe she will die here. Maybe. Oh no, she gets away with a sliver. And in case he's going on to phase 3 of
Oh no!
Oh, he tried to put out too. That. Did he get the lamp? I don't think he got the lamp for him.
I don't think he did.
In case he's having a really good finisher, maybe. And charge attack, he should be fine dashing this. And there we go.
Nice.
Good job, Casey.
Good fight from Casey.
Oh, he did get Mario'd. Dang it. That is
such
a long
run back, yeah.
Ah.
I did not jinx it.
Hey, if Cookie said it, then you probably did, newbie.
Oh, did he get the PB jump?
Yeah, he did for the second time. I am curious. I'm only watching, like, it's probably been, what, 30 seconds. I'm curious as to exactly how long this run back is. It seems pretty ridiculous. Oh, you hate to see it. And obviously KC will be cheesing Orphan as well. And he looks like he has, is that one vial left?
No, I think that's like 11. That's a
okay. I'm having, like, my resolution is so bad.
Yeah. No, that's 11. 6 beast blood pellets and 15 bullets, I think.
So the gap of this race continuously gets closer and closer.
Yeah, shortens.
Still don't know what's going to happen.
Because Logarius, which is a cake boss, is also pretty challenging in BL4.
Yeah.
So
he has some things in his last phase that with practice are easy to punish, but he also has that sort of wombo combo he does where his reach seems insanely further than it should be, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And so if he does that, if he just spams that, it makes your day hell pretty much. KC getting the lamp and then going for the relatively precise fishing hamlet skip. Let's hope he gets it. Ivhen almost all the way back to witches. Let's hope he doesn't get Mario'd again. That was painful to watch.
Kind of sad. Do you think he's gonna grab the short? Did he even grab the lamp yet? Did Casey quit out to him?
It's hard to
that
tell.
looked like an instant quit out from Casey.
If he did, it's probably nerves.
Yeah. Oh no, he got it. I think he. Never mind. I was mistaken there.
And then, unfortunately, Ivhen had an extra elixir here, so prepared for that death. So yeah, he did quit it a little bit early there, Casey. Ooh.
Estimates about an hour 30 to an hour 40. Since it's BL4, it just takes a little bit longer than your standard all bosses run, but these runners are really good, so they tend to keep pretty close to that time anyway, so that's nice.
Oh god. Alright, first switch down. See Casey opening up with the orphan cheese. It gets the first backstab. Oh god. Oh god. Alright, I think he salvaged it. Yes.
There we go.
Wait, he's doing that
What?
legit? I did not expect this.
Casey, you madman!
What is this foul tier orphan fight?
Holy crap. Alright, so basically anything will... So he has to be really careful with the fight.
You gotta respect it. It's silly to me, but at the same time, you gotta respect this.
Look at those non-lock, yeah.
Orphan is arguably one of the most fun bosses in this game, so it's a shame to have to choose him. So I appreciate this.
Nice, he got it right on time. That was impressive.
The KC clip, I think he kind of wanted that to happen.
Yeah, right, because that's the only way to get the, he didn't get it there, though. But he still gets a good,
Oh my god!
Oh, no!
Probably just a couple of pixels too close there, it looked like. That's unfortunate. The one thing is, at least, he doesn't have to worry about knives, and two, he got the shortcut, so it's only probably like...
Oh, did he grab the shortcut?
Run back. Yeah, he did. And then Ivhen's on his way to Ligarius.
Yeah, he just ran straight to the...
It's actually a really good fight, too. Looked like a good quit out on that one. Let's see. And the first bit of Ligarius is pretty consistent as far as what rotations you do on him, but at the same time, Ligarius' movement can be a little erratic, and sometimes he has this sort of instant orb he does right in front of him that on BL4, I think if it counter hits you, it's a one-shot, so it's a little bit scary, but most runners know how to deal with it well. It's just kind of strafe it to the left a little bit. Okay, so he's starting his second attempt at Orphan. Legit, that's by the way.
Oh, so he didn't switch to... did he not buy knives at all?
I guess not.
I thought maybe he just went for it because he's like, I'm gonna... If I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose this.
I see Casey in chat. What are you doing in here?
Is that a victory pug or a...
Hell, Casey needs a hole punch in his man card for what he's doing right now. Oh no! That's what the pug was for, guys. Oh man. That is so unfortunate.
BL4 is the lowest you get in this game. Unlike Dark Souls or any of the Dark Souls games, there's no soul level 1. So I don't know why they made it BL4. I don't know why they made it Blood level 4 be the lowest, but
it's kind of like how Star Wars started with Episode 4.
Yeah.
Just why not? Just to be weird.
Although imagine if they would have started with the prequels and made the...
And I believe Ivhen just adjusted his camera sensitivity for the aerial attack that Ligarius can do later on in the fight. And he's probably can just hold his joystick completely one direction to do the circle with the backstep follow-ups. There's a couple of really good places in this room to adjust your camera for. I know in Silico does it for the yellow area you skip, for instance. But the fight's going pretty well so far. Should be transitioning. There we go. Double backstab. And now the real fight begins. He gives him a good aerial attack. Nice parry. That's the combo I'm talking about right there. It's so scary. There's the aerial attack you want. Oh, okay. He's one hit.
One more hit, right? Yeah.
Come on. Let's get a good parry, maybe. Oh, nice. Good job, Ivhen. And let's see how Casey's faring against Orphan again. Should be able to get a backstep here. And now Ivhen has 2 bosses left, both of which are, well, I'd say Gehrman's one of the hardest bosses in this run, so let's see how he fares. Casey's still looking good. The main thing here is he just doesn't want like an early phase transition. Nice. Casey
okay, like that's...
Oh! Should be able to get the backstab still.
Oh no.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah, Ivhen died to twice to Maria and once to witches.
Ivan's gamer fight is going really well so far. Hopefully he's in a good position to get the backstabs here. Okay, perfect.
And in this fight, bullets can even kill you, so it's a very fair game.
Nicely handled by Ivan. This phase is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
And you can sort of like cheese Gehrman like this. You see he's kind of just moving to his side and whacking him a bunch. It's really nice to finish him off like
Oh yeah, that
no.
I feel like I jinxed it, my bad. But yeah. Bullets and counter hit in this game are fun.
Fight was going pretty well too. KC on his 4th attempt at Orphan, it looks like. Third? How many pellets does he have? Oh, he's going cheese. Okay, good. There we go. I thought he was a gentleman, but no.
You know, I mean, to be honest though, he almost had him in that.
Yeah. I just gotta give him crap for it. I want to give my full attention to both of these fights right now because they're so fun.
Ivhen, no.
Gehrman's in kind of an awkward position. No, he should be good now. So yeah, he was on the back as well. There's how he transitions great.
Although I don't know how many hits he taken in BL4, but 6 files seems scary to go against me since 2. Since you get that double whammy of bosses with this one, you get the Gehrman and then you get the Moon Presence.
Alright, nice finish from Ivhen. Hopefully he's able to pop another Beast Blood.
Oh no. Oh no. KC!
Got the backstab.
Okay, good. So
what?
Yeah,
I've never seen him cheese like this.
I mean, it's not the. Yeah, it's not gonna be the same, but maybe he can get it.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen that.
Parry him? I think he can parry that combo.
There's too much going on right now. Oh my god. Dude, jumping. Oh my god.
He must have missed a parry or something. I wasn't paying attention to.
Yeah, I legit have never seen anybody try the cheese on us in second phase. I assumed it didn't work. Ivens looks like he's having a pretty good fight. Don't want to jinx it though. Just gonna shut my mouth for a second.
Oh, did he run out of stuff? That's probably
that should be it.
Good job, Ivhen.
Wave to the camera. Nice job.
Alright, and the final time will be...
Any guesses?
One... I want to say like a 125, 127.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess, Oh, I can't guess now, it's already over.
126.25, okay. Still a really impressive time.
Oh yeah, that was at least 3 deaths, right?
Yeah.
Plus the peachiness, yeah. It's all
And then that one run he had to go from the lamb to witches, so that's like what, 3 minutes I want to say, so that would have been a 120.
Do we want to wait for KC to finish?
You can invite Ivhen if he decides. Sure. Let's just wait. But...
Yeah, congrats to Ivhen. Very fun run.
So yeah, Ivhen is gonna be. I can get we've got him going up against the winner. So I guess Dude Hand and Alma gotta go. Manticore is from their side, and then they'll be facing off Ivhen, the winner of Romanticore Dude. So. Casey unfortunately will be dropping down to the just bracket. I'm gonna be down.
Cutting out a little bit, maybe here and there. By the way, not sure why.
Oh my bad. Am I a little better now, or is it still?
It seems good now. Yeah.
Okay. So, hey Ivhen.
What's up?
Hey Ivhen, congrats, man.
Thanks. Not too happy. Train wreck.
That is what it is. Just Maria doing Maria things. So you had 2 Maria deaths and the Witch's death. Was that it?
I think I died twice to Maria, once to Witches, and once to German.
Oh, Gehrman as well, yes. But all things considered, with 4 deaths and all the peachiness that had to happen.
Yeah.
Still a sub 90.
Yeah.
I felt the plunge at Nico and I felt silver skip. I got boxes.
Oh, yeah, boxes.
Boxes.
Yeah.
So
That Shadows fight was really scary too. At one you at the beginning, and then
Which fight?
The Shadows fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I dodged in the direction where he could have hit me easily. I got really lucky there. I got really lucky the entire race at some parts.
Yeah. Were you watching the tournament by any chance? Another screen or something?
No, I was not watching.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, Casey had like what 3 deaths at One Reborn, and then he died once to Shadows.
Really?
Yeah.
Like it was so bad that I'm surprised he kept going.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have.
Unstoppable.
What was probably the scariest part of the race for you? You think?
The scariest boss, or what do you mean? The scariest boss?
Yep.
I think Maria was the one I was the most nervous on, because it's so easy to die there, and I was not really practicing her lately. So yeah, this is what happened. I died twice. On the first attempt, I could have gotten her easily, but I missed time. If I didn't miss time, that I would have done double X, and she was dead. But I just missed time. Could have been fine the first time, but yeah, rip.
Yeah, you kept getting her to like third face, and then a little bit afterwards, she would just.
Yeah, and the second one, she was on the corner, and so bad when she's on the corner. I guess I just panicked.
I guess it's fortunate you had the lamp though, which I assume both of y'all are going to be getting some of the DLC lamps, just because it's just so easy to get wrecked there.
Or was it hesitant to get the Ludwig one, but yeah, it doesn't take too long to get the lamp.
I think it's like what, 15 seconds ish, maybe a little less.
20, 15.
By the way, that was a really impressive Ludwig fight. I was looking, doing something, and then I look over to your screen. He had like second face, and I was like, damn.
It went very well because I took the lamp. That's why. Else I would have died.
Casey trying not to get Mario. I mean, not Mario, but getting the lamp. So in case he dies, this area is like the unfortunate events that happened to Ivhen earlier. But he almost died to the dogs just now. I don't even know how far that run back is. Otherwise, it's got to be like 2 or 3 minutes.
He's taking like a nice shortcut there to avoid some of the enemy. Like a nice little go round. Yeah. So Ivhen, you're gonna be going up against we still don't know who. We're gonna have Dude versus Alma tomorrow at I think like 10 a.m. Eastern time, and then after that we have Romanticore versus the winner versus the winner of Dude versus Alma, and then after them we'll get to see who you go up against. So Yeah. You think you're gonna keep doing BL4 for the rest of?
No, no. I think if we meet Casey with Casey in the loser bracket, then I guess we'll do it again. I think it's fun. So
I was about to ask you the same question because I remember you mentioned it. I wasn't sure if it was a joke or not.
I know Dude said that if you that he would want to race you.
Oh yeah, sure. It's fun. BL4 we get to show more of the bosses and stuff because in normal bosses just die instantly. The fights are just much shorter.
It's unfortunate the race wasn't closer, but yeah, BL4 definitely spices things up.
Yeah.
Oh please, you're gonna. My wager's on you, Alma.
What is Alma's time?
I think last time I checked was 21.
And the first switch getting away from KC. Where did she go? Up top? Should be able to finish her here. Oh god.
Nice.
No Mario, please.
I got ate by the blue ball. The thing
and then you tried to quit out, and
yeah, I was just too slow to quit out. I never done witches when there is a fog gate, so I have no idea. And apparently, yes, there is this one mob coming to you when you do the fight with fog gate.
Oh wait, no, that was with 4 deaths, right? Because you got to them
yeah,
too.
it was 4.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking 3.
And Lawrence was really bad also.
Not super clean, but still, at least he didn't die at witches here. That Ligarius fight you had got a little scary as well.
Yeah. Oh no, not the dogs.
Dogs are hyper aggressive today.
Yeah, that ending was for Ligarius.
Yes, 2 attacks are really good. He can do, and he didn't do any of this. He just spam his little sword, and that's really annoying. He did one, when he jumps high, you can punish that, but that was too far away.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that combo he does, the range on his attacks seem way farther than they should be visually.
Yeah.
Casey beat Orphan.
So I had to go back so many times because of dying. And I warped on the wrong place at the end.
No, Lawrence, he killed Lawrence for sure. I think he went back and beat Orphan, right?
Did he?
Yeah, he killed both. Okay.
Oh yeah, because he went back the 4th time and cheesed him.
No, but remember, even then he died because he cheesed or second phase.
Oh yeah.
So
Wow.
I think he warped back, and he went back and killed him. I want to say. I know he killed Lawrence for sure, but I don't know about Orphan.
Too ADD for this. I don't even know at this point. Maybe he skipped him and just hoped nobody would notice.
Orphan's alive? Okay.
I thought he was going for the Ligarius shortcut. I was about to make fun of him forever.
Casey giving us live commentary.
Want to see in chat again? Oh my god.
Yeah, he just...
Orphan's alive, okay.
So now we know that he's actually watching the race.
Oh yeah, he's got everything pulled up. This is the guy that during PB runs will run into walls to try and read chat.
Finish strong, Casey. So I wonder if he's gonna go back to Orphan, or whether he's just gonna...
He better, or you know.
Yeah.
Bully dog.
Bully dog.
So yeah, most people I think would have already given up at this point. So gotta admire it. He's still trekking.
The famed real form of bosses.
So when you turn camera speed up, you can do the you can do strats when you have the camera up. When you turn the camera and does a jump, you can it misses you. Like if you spin the camera, that's why I turned it to 7. It's like a strat from Dude.
Yeah, I know Emery was talking about it when you turn the camera up.
Oh, okay.
I assume that just allows you to hold the joystick completely one direction instead of having to like slightly do it. So you don't have to worry about that.
If you don't have the speed too high, if you don't have the speed high enough, it doesn't work. Like you get it, so you have to spin really hard, spin to win strats.
Casey getting a little bit funky of a fight. So Luxurious is going to have quite a bit of health for this last phase. He gets some good attacks to punish. Give him a jump attack. He's just doing all the cheeky fast ones. Oh my gosh! Luxurious.
Oh, he's giving him the sword. So this sword, yeah. Oh, and he's only got 3 blood vials.
Go aerial attack.
Not yet, that will backstab.
I would imagine he'll be fine, it's just obviously the time loss is unfortunate.
The spam, holy.
See if you can get the parry. Now he's going to go for the backstab. Nice. Very nice.
Oh, Ivhen, you can watch it here if you
I watch from the stream. Oh, there is no delay here.
Oh!
No. That's unfortunate. And no kcsmurf Lagaria shortcut either. Damn. Yeah, it's just such a pain in the butt of this category in Bulgaria.
His fast 2 is awful.
Yeah.
I feel like some of his attacks you just simply have to run away from, just not risk getting annihilated. So this is very unusual. It's like one of the only bosses that I can think of really like that in BL4.
What's he doing?
Is he buying more pellets and whatnot? Wait, what is he doing? Oh, is he gonna level up?
What? I think he's just selling stuff to buy.
Yeah, that's like worth over 100,000. I know, but what's he buying? Files? 145 files? Alright.
Oh, he's just gonna go finish off Gurman, and I hope he realizes that he needs to forfeit. If he doesn't do the bosses, he needs to forfeit the run. Or else SRL might come over for him.
I was actually hoping he'd just straight up sports and reset for this fight.
Oh, that's a travesty.
Seems like he's playing this one a little bit safe.
That just did nothing wrong. Gonna get the backstab. Yeah, nice.
This could get pretty awkward.
Yeah,
It's always nicer.
This run is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the way I died was completely my fault. The gunshot. I should have just stopped spamming the buttons.
Oh yeah, I understand, but if he like actually finishes the split, it'll say done, and he could just potentially get like white banned or blacklisted something on speedruns live. So.
Well, he should be able to hear us, so probably take note of that.
Yeah.
This phase with this much health is just terrifying.
Which I mean, once like the tournament's over, but just while the tournament is going on.
Oh boy, he knows how to dodge this. Okay.
Ooh. Okay, that. Good. I thought that one shot him.
Should be able to finish him right.
Very nice. There we go. I think he just popped the pellet recently too, so he should have enough for at least halfway through Moon Presence.
Maybe she'll give the helicopter opener. You can just finish her. Yeah.
No
Pop
stagger.
another pellet.
Oh.
Hopefully he heals and pellets now. If she gives him time, oh my god.
Yeah, you have time. I think they said they didn't have anything after this. If you want to finish the bosses, KC. What would it just be? Just Orphan?
He has Ligarius as well, right?
Oh, and Logarius, yeah. Yeah, there should be like an hour in between. I don't know. Does he have enough knives to... Is he gonna go for the... Is he gonna go for a legit kill again?
I tried to do it legit first, or did he try to chase it the first time?
He did two attempts like legit, and then he tried to... Decided to...
I went for the dirty cheese the first try already.
Oh no, there it is. Yeah, he's gonna go cheese him.
You know what? I almost wish that a tournament like this would be best out of 3, since so much can go wrong. It's almost like it's a little unfair sometimes.
Oh no, he's going for it. I guess. Does healing like there make it so that it's more likely for him to dive?
Dive.
I'm not sure why he did the heal with the opener, honestly.
Because he was full health from what I saw.
Might have just been a misclick.
to do at least 2 runs. If it was like a triple elimination, I think that would. But also, how long would that tournament?
So like, wait, the DS1 tournament they did they have triple elimination only for the final?
No, they had double elimination too. So you had 2 chances. Cookie, winner of the 2019 Bloodborne Boss event. I see it now.
Is Cookie still like the backup for any of these?
Yeah, he's still backup for like all the commentaries. He doesn't realize it, but I actually added him to every single like commentary. I just never approve him until like I need him for backup. So he's in for commentary in every single race. He just doesn't know it yet.
I'm like legit starting to have withdrawals from Cookie's voice. It's getting nuts.
Yeah.
He should rename to Giant ASMR Jar, honestly.
Yeah, you know, that's what we're asking. Why isn't he in the tournament? You know, that attack is pretty consistent where he does like the double swing, but sometimes he turns around, which kind of sucks. And a rebuff. Nice.
Casey clip. Uh-oh.
No.
Oh boy. This is not good. And he just puts out. Good call, actually. I honestly don't know how many runners actually even know how to fight Orphan Phase 2 like fairly well. It's pretty terrifying.
He's not too bad if you've got the... Yeah, if you're like BL for any attack.
This is the one, I believe.
Going no pulled paper.
Probably waiting for his next round to kill it. Yep, it's not going to do damage. Just casually walking around waiting. There we go.
No, he never used full paper, so... There he is.
Oh! Ouch.
Well, hey, at least he gets some practice on the quit out here.
Getting or looking at the very, very bright side there, newbie.
Looking at that silver lining. Come on, KC. Seal Y with a cage. Or seal by cage. And also, he's buffing pretty early. I'm pretty sure that's because pellet to run out at a particular time, right?
Yeah. I think I would have already quit Bloodborne forever by now.
Uninstalled.
Yep, looking good so far. Okay, and should be ready to run out soon. Looks like the perfect health. Creating enough distance to pop this here. Should they be enough of that? Move back. Yeah, a little bit far away. This one. Oh no! Oh, he said he's gonna cheese him now?
I think he said after this try, he'll cheese him. So.
I'll be right back.
Just still going strong.
What's that?
Still going strong for KC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, the fact that he's still like keeping on.
So he only has Orphan and Logarius, that's it.
Logarius, yes.
Oh, Logarius is such a long run back if he didn't take the lamp.
He did, I think. Do you still get the cutscene? I know there was a time when you wouldn't get a cutscene, right? If
The cutscene.
yeah, you know the cutscene that takes you to the place.
You get the cutscene every time you take the.
I remember there was a time
regardless.
though when I remember there was a time though when that was the thing where you would have to take the lamp because otherwise if you died and you spawned outside of the arena, I think they actually patched that in to where you just spawned inside, or you would get
I have no idea what this.
How was that on a back?
yeah, that how did I miss? Oh
Eight
no.
balls. Good. This.
Nice. Did he already rebuff? No. Okay.
Alright, this should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. No lightning. Good job,
Nice.
Casey.
GG, man.
Getting the visceral just for...
Just getting flashy with it. Alright, so he has the Hemwick now.
No, he has. He did. I'm 100% certain he grabbed the.
Oh, he did get it? Okay, good.
I'm pretty certain.
So I remember I got such insane wetness RNG in that run. It was really lucky.
Oh yeah, that wet nurse was top notch.
She didn't TP or anything. I thought she stay there. It was really lucky.
Did she even go for a? I think she went for a nightmare face at the very end of the level.
Yeah.
You.
Within like 7 hits from dying or something?
Yeah.
I don't know, is Ligarius essentially the same fight once he's already aggroed? I don't really come back to him too often.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. He only has 2 openings, so he will do one of the 2.
That's the sort of like spread skull, or the aerial large one that he shoots out. I have this feeling Casey's gonna absolutely destroy him this time though.
Let's see if he grabs the shortcut though, just in case. The shortcut only takes like what? Can't be more than like 8 seconds, right?
Yeah, probably right at. Because this run back's
Yeah, it's
normally
long.
without it, it's like almost 3 minutes or something.
He thought about it, but he's like, man. I don't know, he's just trying to dodge.
He just shoots it just because. Oh, because of the ladder.
No, because the ladder.
Cardi already had that open, yeah. I can never make this run back.
Yeah, no, that guy can shoot you down, and if you don't have enough stamina, he can, like, at the top, and then just fall off. And
I saw that happen to somebody in one of the tourney races the other day. I can't remember who. Just fell all the way down.
Casey just had a couple of unfortunate deaths. Yeah.
Yeah, he just wanted to finish out the race. So this is his last boss now. Old man Ligarius.
So I guess in BL4, instead of doing the standard L1 that you would do in normal wall bosses, you actually do like 3R1s instead.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want him to sneak in and attack while you're... Because that L1 can take a lot longer. There we go.
Oh wow, this fight was really good. Well done.
Good job, Casey.
Strong finish.
GG.
Yes. Some people do the 3R1s and some people still do some L1s in there.
Apparently, if you do the 3R1s, it makes it less likely it does insta scale if you do 3R1s, apparently. But you build less meter.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Just choose.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get Casey in here.
Casey Gallad. 155.27.
Hey, that's... sub.
Still sub 2 hours. Nice.
Hey guys.
Hey, Casey.
Hey, Casey.
Jesus Christ, man.
Good job on finishing, though.
Thanks. It's still sub 2.
Yeah.
I know Sub 2 used to be really good for BL4, but my god, what an atrocity of a run.
Hey,
Dude,
you
I
stuck
don't
with
know.
it.
I don't know what happened. I got R1, L1, L1, L1 off on one Reborn's head. So I must have missed his head on one of them. And then I even got a 5th R1 attack. And
Yeah.
he still didn't stagger, man. And fighting that boss aggro is just absolute dog shit. Oh my god. But congrats, Ivhen.
GG, it was fun.
For those of you still watching, it was a lot of fun. I knew I was going to get beat. I just didn't want to get beat by half an hour of in-game time. But Ivan's one of the first people I started watching. He's a friend to me on Twitch, and we made this gentleman's agreement as soon as the Bloodborne Tournament was announced that if we somehow met, we would do BL4,
I love
and
it.
we did
It was
BL4.
nice we did matchup again, so we could do this BL4 ways.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my
Casey, I
gosh.
felt so bad when you decided to shadows.
Yeah,
Because,
like
I saw you almost. I was like, is he gonna forfeit menu? So I was thinking that was just like instinct, like.
yeah,
I
it was
got
just
the shadows,
it was just
I got
muscle memory to do the close application,
Yeah.
and then I was like, wait, I can't close application. I'm not supposed to do that.
But
Yeah, I had music going the whole time, so I didn't have a lot of game audio, and you can kind of hear when the shadow's sprinting at you. But like, I had the melee or the fireball guy in the corner trying to stagger him, obviously, and the melee katana guy did a running attack and just counter hit one shot me. It was all downhill from there, man. Like, I had a good DLC. I didn't die in the DLC, except to Orphan like 10 times, but that's just because I wanted to fight him legit.
Yeah. But still a good show. What were you thinking after your death to One Reborn though? Because you had what, like 3 deaths, I think, 4?
Yeah, I died 3 times to him, and then I realized I was out of vials, and I was gonna forfeit, honestly, but I forgot that I still had the Ken Coldblood. So once I knew that I could buy more vials, like, I could always go to the woods and get pellets and stuff, but I wasn't gonna do your Hargul skip and have like 10% HP and then try to go all the way to One Reborn like that. So once I saw that I could still get vials, do early woods, I don't know. I just didn't want to stop.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that. Wait, what's your name? Seal Y?
CLY Bless.
Oh.
That's what Vinny said before we started the race. CLY Bless.
Oh wow, I just noticed that.
I'm a little sad it wasn't like Fagwin blessed or that. Maybe Fagwin blessed.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know. It's only fitting to go with the CLY. So who am I up against now?
So you are actually gonna go up against the winner of me or CB. CB versus
Oh, nice.
me. So
All right.
If we meet again, should we do BL4 race again?
Absolutely. The only way that's going to happen is if you're in the loser bracket.
Yeah, I lose.
Who's
Okay,
Ivhen against?
Ivhen is so it's a little bit messy. Dude is gonna go against Alma tomorrow at 12 p.m. Then after that, Dude or Alma are gonna go up against Romantic. And then after that, the winner of that race, Romantic or Dude or Alma, are gonna go up with Ivhen and Brown.
Nice.
So
Because I know we got a Hattie and D Planet. That's going to
Yeah.
be a really good race.
we got a Hattie and D Planet on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. So that'll be another fun race. All of these times are Eastern, by the way.
Okay.
But yeah, anything else you guys wanna add?
Thanks for the race, it was a lot of fun. Thanks,
Yeah.
Casey, for doing the BL4.
Absolutely, Ivhen. I'm a man of my word. So, guys, follow Ivhen. He's really good at this game. Follow Emery. He's like my best friend on Twitch, and he's also somewhat good at this game, but he's also an asshole. He's an asshole, so follow him. And the newbie's my amigo, so follow him as well.
Thanks for the kind words, Casey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play Dark Souls 1 Remastered all the rest of the day
Alright.
to wash this filth off of myself.
Oh, thanks for the race, guys. It was
Thank
fun
you,
to
guys.
watch.
Alright, thank you guys
You-
for
thank you.
commentating as well. See ya.
Later, guys.
See ya. And with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow is going to be Alma vs. Dude at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I also want to thank the Speed Gaming people and Tire and Cyclone for helping us out throughout all this. And thank you, Emery, for being my co-host. Anything else you want to add, Emery, before we go?
Same to you as well. Thanks again for sort of setting all this tournament up again, Newbie.
Yeah,
I
no
keep
problem.
saying it, but it's been a blast so far, and we still have so much more to come. So I hope y'all get to tune in for the other races. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.
Yep. Everyone have a good day or good night.
See ya.
Bye.